Good evening, everyone. This is your evening news recap, your nightly news podcast on all the news that I come across throughout the day, giving you my take as somebody who aspires to be a politician in the near future. Hope all you guys are doing well. Today is Saturday, the 18th of June. Actually, it's the 19th, my bad, of July. Hopefully everyone is doing well. The weekend is here. So hopefully everyone's having a wonderful weekend. I'm doing pretty all right myself. But with that being said, let's get right into the news from today. Moving into the Trump administration segment, as we do, the first topic we have is Trump has ordered the destruction of 10 million in women's products meant for crisis zones. The Trump administration has decided to destroy 9.7 of worth of cons- concept contraceptives. I don't know why I couldn't say that. Sorry. Rather than sending them abroad to women in need. A State Department spokesperson confirmed that the decision had been made and will cost taxpayers $167,000 to be destroyed. The contraceptives are primarily long acting, as things like IUDs, and birth control implants, stuff like that, and were mostly intended for women in Africa. The department claims that they will be destroying it because of the U.S. not being able to find any buyers, but selling them would be illegal as U.S. law and rules prohibits sending U.S. aid to organizations providing abortion services. We're wasting taxpayer dollars when we shouldn't be on so many things right now. So easily, we could have just given these products out. And even if they were in the United States, we probably didn't have to go to other countries. Even rural or small communities in the United States probably would have very much so appreciated this, by the way. I mean, we could be helping so many people in need. And we have, or at least had, the resources to do so, yet we're spending our own taxpayer dollars to destroy them. I mean, so many communities probably could have used that within the United States. So many communities around the world could have used that, yet we are destroying it. It just seems like a waste. It truly does. In other news, Tulsi Gabbard is calling for the prosecution of Obama. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard is calling for Obama and other senior U.S. national security officials to be prosecuted, accusing them of treasonous conspiracy with intent to show that Trump won in 2016 due to Russian interference. She said Obama and other senior officials laid the groundwork for a year-long coup against Trump. She claims their goal was to subvert the will of the American people and usurp the president from fulfilling his mandate. This is absolutely crazy. Not to mention, Obama has presidential immunity because Trump got that as well. All of the presidents have immunity, so they can't even do anything to Obama. But, I mean, Obama hasn't even been president since I was in elementary school, and this administration is still actively targeting him. That is crazy. Not only does it seem like a waste of time and effort, but it seems like just another attempt to get Trump supporters off of Trump's back, and stop asking about the files, which we should be. People should know what's going on in the Epstein files. I mean, Trump has Russian connections. We all know that. I mean, every little thing about him is riddled with Russian connections. Any administration should be worried about Russian interference, especially. I just hit my table. Sorry. Especially if it comes to Trump. I mean, there was no way it was done to create a coup. No way. I highly doubt that. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if an investigation was done because Trump has so much involved with Russia. And moving on, Trump has barred Obama's former intelligence office or intelligence chief, sorry, from attending a graduation of a sponsored dog. Earlier this year, a yellow lab named Susan completed CIA canine training. She was apparently a natural at finding explosives, and the agency was eager to have her on the job. James Clapper, who sponsored the dog through a nonprofit, was very happy that this was the case. Clapper, 84, was the longest serving U.S. national intelligence officer in U.S. history and was the director of national intelligence under Obama's administration. Clapper had named the dog after his late wife, if I could speak, sorry, a former National Security Agency employee. Clapper originally was invited to the ceremony in Virginia for the graduation, but just a day before he was struck from the guest list and banned from the premises because of the Trump administration's executive order. Clapper was also stripped of his security clearance, and essentially there was no reason for them to do so other than Trump's pettiness. This is, I mean, another level of messed up. If I paid for a person or an animal to get an education, I'm going to that graduation because I want to see the accomplishment for one. But not only that, but the dog was named after his late wife. I mean, are we serious? Really? It was that much that you needed to block him from going to see that. That's crazy. Trump and his entire administration truly lack kindness in any way. They really do. This man served our country for longer than most people have, and we can't even give him the chance to go to a graduation of a dog that he paid for, um, that's named after his dead wife. I mean, that is sick. Truly. I mean, fuck Donald Trump for that. Genuinely. Moving on into some other interesting news, Trump's relation with Epstein may be even closer than we thought. In a huge report from the New York Times, the relationship between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein may have been even closer than we know. The report talks about the relationship between the two and also talks about a party that Trump had for young women called a calendar competition. Trump was at the party with a woman, and the only other invite was Jeffrey Epstein himself. George Horené, the businessman who set up the event, confirmed this in 2019 to the New York Times and would ask Trump why that was the case. Unfortunately, we didn't get to know Trump's response. There is so much more in this report, and the details really show every connection just between Trump and Epstein, which is crazy. I recommend all of you give it a read if you have a chance, because it's truly interesting. The fact that Trump had a party where Epstein was the only other guest is absolutely crazy, especially with the amount of recruiting Epstein did and Ghislaine Maxwell did, and so much more of that. I truly do worry how many of those girls ended up on the island, but I doubt we'll ever know. But people definitely should be talking about this more because it's so clear that they were best friends. I mean, Trump only invited Epstein to that party. That is insane. The world needs to know, truly. There is a fly on my window right now. Moving on to our other news segment today, we have some interesting, or we have some unfortunate news, actually, as a car drove into a Hollywood crowd. Last night in LA, a vehicle rammed into a crowd of people looking to enter a nightclub, injuring 30 and leading to a fight between the driver and bystanders. The driver would end up being shot, and the shooter fled the scene. It seemingly is unclear why the driver crashed into the crowd, but 23 victims were taken to hospitals and trauma centers. According to Fire Captain Adam Van Gerpen, uh, the like the the line majority, I don't know why that says like, sorry, that threw me off so hard. The line majority was female and led to a valet, a taco truck, and a nightclub. This is insane. My condolences to anyone who died in this situation, and I wish a quick recovery to those who were hurt. I truly wonder what prompted this to happen. I've heard something about an update on the motives, but I couldn't find any information about that, so I don't know if it's true or not. And I mean, truly, it could have been anything. So this is absolutely unfortunate. My condolences, to those who were killed, and I wish a speedy recovery to everyone who was hurt in this situation, but still might be alive. In other news, we have a little bit of a pop culture little kind of news here, as the CEO that was saw in the Coldplay clip at a concert has resigned. CEO of astronomer Andy Byron has resigned from his position after a viral clip came out of him during a Coldplay concert with another woman during a kiss cam. He and another lady went viral for their reaction to being spotted at Gillette Stadium. The company would confirm his resignation today and is moving to find a new CEO. Chief Product Officer Pete DeJoy will start as the interim CEO. At the end of the day, he shouldn't have been cheating. I mean, in all honesty, karma's a bitch, isn't she? But I mean, if they had just played it off, they would have been fine. I don't get why they didn't, But like I said, he shouldn't have been cheating. Screw cheaters, genuinely. Some of the scummest people out there, truly. Moving on to our final topic tonight, National Guard members are speaking out against their deployments. 6 members of the National Guard are speaking out against their deployment and sharing low morale after Trump put them on the LA streets. Soldiers are reportedly questioning the orders from the president, and some even called it a fake mission. One soldier said, "They gave Disneyland tickets to the people who worked in the wildfires. Nobody's handing out Disneyland tickets now." Notably, the California National Guard had 72 members, and their enlistment was set to expire, and at least 2 have officially left the National Guard, with 55 hinting that they won't be extending their work. This isn't surprising. I truly wish troops could take a stand and say no. Unfortunately, that isn't the case. But we shouldn't be using our troops to harm U.S. citizens. They fight to protect Americans, not to harm them. And the fact that the Trump administration is currently using them to do so and wants to continue doing that is absolutely disgusting and shouldn't be the case in any means. They need to be stopped as soon as possible. Trump is using troops to attack U.S. citizens, and that should not be the case, ever. Fuck Donald Trump, truly. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed. If you're on YouTube, please consider subscribing, dropping a like, and dropping a comment down below. Let me know your takes on all the news from today. Our goal is 500 subscribers by the end of August. Maybe that's possible. Maybe it's not. We'll see. But any subscriber counts, so I really appreciate it. If you're on Substack, please consider pledging your support. Or subscribing, actually. I keep forgetting that that's available now. Please consider subscribing. All funds go to me. They'll help me pay for the things that I'll need to pay for in college. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in tomorrow's episode. Later.